Hello and welcome back. We're in the Tempest Layer, range strike 4. Sublayer 902. I will change discs. Today we are playing the Divide Freezer Path.
DK? You're a sound sleeper, huh? Between the sound of the rain and the constant thunder, I feel like my ears are going to pop. Well, okay. There's more to it than that. The truth is, I'm a little scared. Would you mind if I sleep a little closer? Thanks, DK. Good night.
Sinister Blusterwing.
Nowhere to go this time.
Oh, hey! There's our songbird. Layer.
Right now, though, we gotta catch up to Void. There's no way we're gonna let him reach the planet core before us!
Hello, I'm Dragon Rider Luke. I'm a Christian streamer, and I'm always up for a friendly chat about my faith. I also think that it's important that people read or hear the Word of God frequently, so the next 5 minutes or so will be a chapter from the Bible. 1 Samuel 24. When Saul returned from following the Philistines, he was told, "Behold, David is in the wilderness of En-Gedi." Then Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and went to seek David and his men in front of the wild goats' rocks. And he came to the sheepfolds by the way, where there was a cave, and Saul went in to relieve himself. Now David and his men were sitting in the innermost parts of the cave, and the men of David said to him, "Here is the day which the Lord has said to you, Behold, I will give your enemy into your hand, and you shall do to him as it shall seem good to you." Then David arose and stealthily cut off a corner of Saul's robe. And afterward, David's heart struck him, because he had cut off a corner of Saul's robe. He said to his men, "The Lord forbid that I should do this thing to my Lord, the Lord's anointed, to put my hand out against him, seeing he is the Lord's anointed." So David persuaded his men with these words, and did not permit them to attack Saul. And Saul rose up and left the cave and went on his way. Afterward, David also arose, and went out of the cave, and called after Saul, "My lord the king." And when Saul looked behind him, David bowed his face to the earth and paid homage. And David said to Saul, "Why do you listen to the words of men who say, Behold, David seeks your harm? Behold, this day your eyes have seen how the Lord gave you today into my hand in the cave. And some told me to kill you, but I spared you. I said, I will not put out my hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed. See, my father, see the corner of your robe in my hand. For by the fact that I cut off the corner of your robe and did not kill you, you may know that, and see, that there is no wrong or treason in my hands. I have not sinned against you, though you hunt my life to take it. May the Lord judge between me and you. May the Lord avenge me against you, but my hand shall not be against you. As the proverb of the ancients says, out of the wicked comes wickedness, but my hand shall not be against you. After whom has the king of Israel come out? After whom do you pursue? After a dead dog, after a flea. May the Lord therefore be judge and give sentence between me and you, and see to it and plead my cause and deliver me from your hand." As soon as David had finished speaking these words to Saul, Saul said, "Is this your voice, my son David?" And Saul lifted up his voice and wept. He said to David, "You are more righteous than I, for you have repaid me good, whereas I have repaid you evil. And you have declared this day how you have dealt well with me, in that you did not kill me when the Lord put me into your hands. For if a man finds his enemy, will he let him go away safe? So may the Lord reward you with good for what you have done to me this day. And now behold, I know that you shall surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel shall be established in your hand. Swear to me therefore by the Lord that you will not cut off my offspring after me, and that you will not destroy my name out of my father's house." And David swore this to Saul. Then Saul went home, but David and his men went up to the stronghold. May God bless the reading of his word. Landfill Layer. Sublayer 1000. Forgotten Pit Entry. This is interesting. Freed the Blusterwing. Oh, now it recommends getting better sonar. Okay.
I hear something below us. We should take a look, DK.
Reach the bottom of the pit.
all eelings become elevators when they get big enough? No wonder they grow so much, the way they gobble everything down. Maybe the soil here is actually good for you, just like the bananas. Wait, promise me you won't start eating the dirt, DK. I mean it. Good night.
About time you showed up. Let's get to work. Re-Pika Bruiser.
Didn't we fight this dude before?
Yep. I barely survived that one.
Are you okay?
Barely. I'm fine tuning, souped up, streamlined, but I was still no match for you. You two ain't that bad, you know that? Paradis may be the one, but I'm gonna be the one, though. I can feel it. I'll finish this off next time. You can bet your entire life savings on it. I got barely any health left, but I did survive. Let's see what's next. Yep.
I'm glad those little eelings were there to guide us.
Yeah.
You know, there's supposed to be a way, way, way bigger eel digging around down here too.
It's probably
What do you
making
think
these
it
things.
looks like? A hugified eeling might be cute. I just
Maybe.
hope it's as friendly as the rest of them.
I highly doubt it. Racing Layer! Sub-Layer 1100. Diddy and Dixie Kong on the... Okay. I guess Diddy Kong Racing is canon now. Bruise Pika Bruiser. Again.
Okay, you awake? What a view this place has. It's like having a box seat at the racetrack. Actually, for a racer, there's no better seat than the cockpit as you cross the finish line in first place. Vroom, vroom.
This place makes me want to push the pedal to the metal.
Good night.
Wow, you went out with a lefty kid.
Now that'll be our trip down. By the fact that it's not connected to anything. That is interesting. I guess we'll find out how that works next time. Ramby-rubble. This is an interesting view.
But like I said, that'll be it for today. We're up to 450 bananas in sublayer 1100. So next time, which actually is going to be in 2 weeks, next week I'm going to be doing PSI Hope 5 side game. So I won't be joining this stream. I'll be streaming something else entirely. I'll be streaming Hollow Knight Archipelago next week. But when we come back next time on this game, the Racing Layer. At any rate, that's going to be all for today, so thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.